My name is Bailey Perkins and I am 20 years old. I am a Christ follower and grew up at Relevant Church. I was born with a disability called hard of hearing. I grew up wearing hearing aids and I also struggle with speech. I have a speech impairment where I don't pronounce everything correctly. It kind of goes with me not hearing well either. I knew I was different from the people around me and that I had to learn how to live with what I have. It was going well until I got into middle school. That's when people changed. I got bullied a lot in my middle school years and didn't do anything about it. I just felt weak and just let the bully keep doing whatever they were doing, whether it was mocking me, calling me names, hitting me, whatever you could think of. I feel like I couldn't speak up for myself. It was really hard for me, to be honest. I felt alone. I would ask God all the time, why me? Why do I have to go through that? And I knew I shouldn't question, but there was times where I just want answers. The bullying continued until I became a sophomore in high school. It was a hard season for me, but I had to remind myself that God made me the way I am, and I'm different for a reason. Relevance Church and God has helped me through it all. It took me a long time to learn that my voice matters and that I do need to speak up for myself. I can't just keep letting people walk over me all the time. The older I get, the harder it will get. So I started serving in 6th grade at Relevant Church. I got saved in 8th grade and I was baptized on Mother's Day. That was the best thing that ever happened to me. When I first started serving, I was shy and awkward. I served in elementary. I started off as a helper in small group. So then I had a leader that wanted me to be a motion leader for the kid when I was in 8th grade, and I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I was shy and awkward, so I could never imagine being on stage. But I am thankful that I said yes because I had to get out of my shell and do uncomfortable things. It ended up being great for me now that I lead motion leader. It built up my confidence to get on stage even with the disability I have. I had to learn how to embrace it and accept what I have. Everything was going so great. I had an amazing group of friends at my church, play sport, enjoy being at church, many other things. Until last year, I lost almost all of my good hearing. It started back in January of 2020. I lost my hearing. I lost my hearing throughout my life, and they always come back. But my hearing doctor told me that one day it may not come back. Well, that January of 2020, that's when it didn't come back. So I realized after a couple weeks, it wasn't coming back. So that's why I went for a hearing doctor. He told me that my hearing went down and it's not coming back. It was a devastating news. I had to start all over how to hear again. So I got a new hearing aid where it's more powerful and it will help. So in March of 2020, right before COVID hit, I got my new hearing aid, and they do help, but it's never gonna be the same way I used to hear. So even though it was sad and all, I'm so grateful for everything I have, and I just had to accept and learn the way I live now, or I'm just gonna be miserable all the time if I just chose to live by being sad about it. So after I got it, I could hear better, but it's not the same way I used to hear before I lost it. That was really my only choice at the moment. So I had to learn that this is how it's going to be for me. So fast forward a couple months later, I started an internship program called Renown, which is here at Relevant Church, and I have grown so much from it. It made me grow spiritually stronger and made me more confident about myself, even with the disability I have. I had many amazing opportunities that I received even when it was way out of my comfort zone, but I knew I could do it. I have hosted middle high schoolers, lead student leaders, and talk in front of big crowd. That's a lot for me. During the internship, I decided to not let the disability I have take me away from pursuing the opportunity God wanted me to do. I felt so much closer to God and started to listen to Him more than what others said. I knew He wanted me to do this, and it's just me trying to prove that anybody could do anything that they could set their mind to. People didn't believe I could do half the things I'm doing right now just because of the disability I have. So I proved that I am more than just a disability and I could do what others do. This past January, I joined a relevant college. where it partnered with Evangel University. That was another great thing I got to do because they understood me and what I have and helped me throughout the semester. I just want to say that I stopped letting people take away from me and tell me things I could not do. They are always going to say something no matter what. So just do it anyway. That's my best advice for people. It's okay to be uncomfortable or unsure if you should do it or not, but once you do it, you will be glad you did. That's how you grow, and that's how I grew.